The NFL thought they had control. They thought the rookie wage scale kept young players cheap for 4 years. But 4 minutes ago, Nike just destroyed the system. Breaking news confirms that Shedeur Sanders has signed the largest rookie endorsement deal in sports history. We are talking about a $200 million lifetime partnership. He is now making 5 times more from Nike than he is from the Cleveland Browns. And the NFL owners? They are in a full-blown crisis. Sources say Jerry Jones is calling the commissioner right now, claiming this is salary cap circumvention. They know that if Shedeur doesn't need their money, they can't control him. This deal isn't just about shoes. It includes a clause that gives Shedeur equity in the brand, something Michael Jordan didn't even get as a rookie. I have the details on the Deion clause that forced Nike to pay up. Subscribe and hit the bell right now. The business of football just changed forever. Click that button. Let's count the cash. Here is why the NFL is trying to block this deal.
So I just gifted a couple of the main receivers going into this game. You know, I gifted them some cleats. Some won, some didn't, but I was like, okay, this is just my little appreciation gift to them. Because they don't be having a lot in stocks.
So I just give to a couple of them, like the main receivers, going into this game. You know, I give to them some warm, some didn't. But I was like, okay, this just my little appreciation gift to them, 'cause they'll be having a lot in stock. So, a 5th-round quarterback who was labeled a developmental project is currently rewriting the entire rulebook of the endorsement game. Shedeur Sanders has completely revolutionized the rookie business landscape, and reports indicate Nike is finalizing a record-shattering deal that would crown Sanders as the highest-paid rookie endorser in NFL history. This massive move comes on the heels of a sales explosion that caught everyone, from Nike HQ in Beaverton to the NFL league offices, completely off guard. The story begins with one jaw-dropping number: jersey sales. Shedeur Sanders is on track to become one of the wealthiest quarterbacks ever. Strongly. I need you guys to really grasp that term: prime equity. Yesterday, I dropped a video breaking down how he received a $14 million commission from $250 million in jersey sales. I know a lot of you said, Cap, that's too much. But when Shedeur signed his $4.6 million deal with the Browns, there was a specific clause in his contract called prime equity.
Shedeur Sanders is going to be one of the richest quarterbacks ever. Prime equity. I want you guys to understand that word, prime equity. Yesterday, I did a video about him receiving $14 million in commission from $250 million earned from his jersey sale. A lot of y'all said, Cap, that's a lie. When Shedeur signed his deal with the Browns, which was $4.6 million, there was a clause in his contract that was called prime equity. This clause ties into brand legacy and financial future to his on-the-field performance, allowing him to potentially benefit from the value he brings beyond just playing football.
This clause directly ties his brand legacy and financial future to his on-field performance, allowing him to profit from the value he generates beyond just playing snaps. $250 million worth of merchandise for a quarterback taken 144th overall. That is the highest volume of rookie jersey sales since his father, Deion "Primetime" Sanders, electrified the league back in '92. But here is where the math gets even crazier. Sanders' entire 4-year rookie contract is worth just $4.6 million. His cut from those jersey sales alone? $14 million. He has already tripled his NFL base salary before playing a single regular season down. Shedeur Sanders has moved more jerseys than any other rookie this year. Yet out of the top 10 sellers, he is earning the least from his actual team contract. Which got me thinking, how many jerseys would he actually have to sell just to match his NFL salary? He is on a 4-year, $4.6 million deal, averaging about $1.16 million a year. A jersey costs $130. So, he would need to sell about 9,000 jerseys annually, or 35,736 total to cover his contract. It's wild because if you compare that to Cam Ward, he would have to sell over 375,000 jerseys to match his massive draft slot money. Sometimes, the brand truly is bigger than the draft position. Just from merchandise, he has already out-earned his entire rookie deal. And that reality has owners and execs quietly panicking. If Shedeur secures this bag, what stops the next generation from demanding the same equity? The NFL has never seen a contract structure like this. But this didn't happen by accident. Nike saw the vision early, back in 2025. While Sanders was still lighting up scoreboards at Colorado, Nike signed him as the first football athlete in their Zero collection. But this wasn't a standard logo slap. Sanders wasn't just endorsing cleats. He was building a brand that echoed his father's legendary 1992 run with the Air Diamond turf line. By the time the 2026 draft arrived, Nike was all in. They broke a months-long social media silence to hype Sanders' arrival, launching a Poetry in Motion campaign linking his college fame to his pro potential. Custom cleats, exclusive drops, and targeted content flooded the timeline. Then came draft night. Most experts projected Sanders as a first-rounder, or second at worst. Instead, the Browns grabbed him in the 5th round at pick 144. The whispers were brutal. Entitled, "Bad Body Language. Cares more about the brand than the game." According to executives speaking on background, many now believe those character attacks were coordinated, driven by his contract demands, specifically that very prime equity clause that has now made him a financial pioneer.
Regular season snap.
Shedeur Sanders has sold the most amount of jerseys out of any rookie this year, but out of the top 10 jersey sellers, he's making the least amount of money. Which got me thinking, how many jerseys would he actually have to sell in order to match his NFL salary? He's on a 4-year, $4.6 million deal, which averages about $1.16 million per year. A jersey costs $130. So he'd have to sell about 9,000 jerseys per year, or 35,736 jerseys total to pay out his NFL contract. It's crazy because if you compare it to Cam Ward, he'd have to sell over 375,000 jerseys to match his NFL contract. Sometimes the brand is bigger than the draft position.
Nike didn't flinch. If anything, they doubled down. In the days leading up to his preseason debut, Nike flooded feeds with Sanders content. Exclusive colorways of the Air DT Max 96, rapid-fire highlights, and bold captions. And when he took the field against Carolina, Sanders gave Nike exactly what they paid for. 14 completions, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. His poise and accuracy turned skepticism into hype instantly. Within hours, Nike Football dropped an ad featuring his signature watch celebration, captioned, "Only a matter of time." It racked up 200,000 likes and millions of views in less than 24 hours. The timing was perfect, but the scale was historic. The next week, jersey sales went nuclear. What started as a preseason storyline became the biggest rookie endorsement event in sports history. Sanders achieved something no rookie ever has. He built a financial empire before starting a meaningful game. And Nike's strategy was surgical. They didn't just sell jerseys. They rolled out a full apparel line under the Sanders brand. Kid sizes, women's cuts, premium $175 authentic jerseys, limited edition 200 pair shoe drops, and $50 graphic tees. Billboards of his signature pose took over Times Square. This was a global rollout, not a local one. The goal was to elevate Sanders from football player to cultural icon. Here is the kicker. Sanders isn't just cashing a flat fee. Because of his contract structure, he earns a percentage of everything sold. He isn't just an ambassador, he is a stakeholder. That is where the prime equity clause creates seismic waves. If more rookies demand this, it shifts the power dynamic between talent, teams, and sponsors forever. Of course, success brings a target. The same execs who tanked his draft stock are now citing off-field distractions. Earlier this summer, Sanders was ticketed for doing 91 in a 65 and 101 in a 60. Suddenly, the coverage turned harsh and personal. While veterans like Myles Garrett have faced similar issues without the outrage, critics seized on this as proof of immaturity. Then come the coded critiques, entitled flashy. Terms like confidence or swagger land differently when applied to outspoken black quarterbacks. Sanders hasn't clapped back publicly. He has stayed silent, kept grinding, and let the sales numbers talk. Still, it is clear he is held to a different standard, fueling a narrative that tries to overshadow his on-field work. Inside the Browns' locker room, it's complicated. Sanders is battling vets like Joe Flacco and fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel. In the preseason, Sanders posted a 106 passer rating against Gabriel's 66. The stats favor Sanders. The tape favors Sanders. But politics and depth charts muddy the water. His oblique injury, while minor, was a reminder of how fast things change in the NFL. One hit can derail everything. Through it all, Nike keeps pushing. Insiders say a signature shoe line is in development, potentially launching in 2025 under titles like LL2C and Proto 92. A full sneaker collection for a rookie QB? Unheard of. Sanders isn't just a player to Nike, he is a cultural force. They are betting on building with him, not just paying him. This isn't renting influence, it's creating equity. Every product and viral moment is designed to keep him in the Nike ecosystem for the next decade. Social media engagement for Nike football has quadrupled. Influencers and rivals are sharing the content. This is cultural moment creation. The remaining question: can Shedeur handle the heat? Can he tune out the noise, focus on ball, and avoid becoming a cautionary tale of business overshadowing performance? It's a fair question. If he doesn't win, the money and clauses won't matter. Nike can sell shoes, the Browns can sell jerseys, but only winning silences the critics. Right now, Sanders is in the eye of the storm. Brands are betting on his future. Critics are waiting for a slip-up. Every snap is about more than football. It's a test case for athlete empowerment. If he succeeds, he becomes the blueprint for a new era. If he fails, the establishment uses him as proof that rookies shouldn't have this power. Not bad for a fifth-round pick. That is what makes this story so gripping. The stakes are sky high. Shedeur Sanders isn't just playing for Cleveland. He is playing for the future of contracts and what it means to own your career. With Nike finalizing this historic deal, the NFL has a problem. Because right now, a late-round experiment is rewriting the rules. Shedeur Sanders isn't just making headlines. He is turning his career into a commercial phenomenon.